From Earth's Deathworlders responded to the SOS. Not with kindness, HFY the galaxy had long forgotten Earth. Many alien races spoke of humans in whispers. Some feared them. Others said they were just stories. But the truth was simple humans had changed. Earth, once full of music, laughter, and art, had become something else. It was still alive but cold, strong, hard. No alien dared visit Earth anymore. No one sent messages there. And Earth sent no messages back. But then, a signal came. In a quiet human outpost far from Earth, deep in space, a message appeared. It was weak and broken. The transmission repeated the same phrase in many alien languages. Please help us. We are dying. This is Jorod H. Please help. Commander Dasik stood in silence as he read the words. He was tall, with sharp eyes and a calm voice. He had served the Earth Space Command for 30 years. He had seen many battles. But it had been a long time since he had seen a distress call from an alien world. Most humans would ignore it. They believed aliens had nothing to offer. But Dasik was curious. He opened a call to Earth Command. "Sir," he said, "we received a distress signal from a place called Jorodich. It's not a trap. It's fear. I can feel it." There was a long pause on the screen. "Send a team," Earth Command replied. "If there's a problem, make sure it doesn't become our problem. You know the rules." "I do," Dasik said and ended the call. Turned to his crew. "Get ready. We're sending a scout ship." Captain Yuna was the first to arrive at the ship Silent Ember. She was quiet and cold. She didn't smile. She believed in doing her job, and she was good at it. She had led many missions before. She had never failed. Engineer Haniel walked in next. She had soft eyes and a curious mind. She liked machines, but she also liked people, even aliens. She still believed peace was possible. Combat Specialist Taeyang was the last. He was strong, fast, and brave. He didn't talk much. He didn't question orders. He had fought in 5 space battles and had scars to prove it. The 3 of them stood before Dasik. "You're going to Joroth," he said. A signal came from there. Weak, scared. "If it's real, find out what happened. If it's a trap, show them what a Deathworlder can do." Yuna nodded. "Understood." Haniel looked nervous. "Are we going to help them?" Dasik looked at her. "We don't help. We fix problems. If this is a problem, fix it." The Silent Ember flew through the black sea of stars. It was small and fast. Inside, the crew worked quietly. They knew the galaxy didn't like humans. They knew fear. Followed them. As they neared Joroth, the planet came into view. It looked burned. Fires still glowed on the surface. Entire cities had been turned to dust. Orbit was full of broken satellites and dead ships. Yuna scanned the planet. No life signs, but one building still has power. "Let's check it out," Taeyang said, his hand resting on his weapon. The ship landed near the ruined building. It was a research center, or what was left of it. Walls were broken. The air was full of dust and smoke. Inside, something moved. A weak voice cried out, "Don't hurt me." They found a creature hiding under a table. He was small and thin, with soft green skin and shaking hands. His name was Kirith. "Please," he said, "you must help." They came without warning. "The Valari, they destroy and take people. We tried to fight. We had no chance." Haniel knelt beside him. "Who are the Valari?" "Raiders," he whispered. "They take planets. They burn what they don't need. They're not like you. You are Deathworlders. You are strong. Please, help us." Yuna looked down at him. Her face was cold. "You asked for help. But we don't bring kindness," she said. "We bring survival and war." Kirith looked afraid. Ha and Eul frowned. "Captain, he's just a scientist." They were attacked. "Maybe we can protect the others. If they're still alive, we'll see," Yuna said. She opened the channel to Dazik. "Commander, Valari attacked this world. One survivor, Jorod H, is lost." Dazik's voice came back. "Then we show the Valari what happens when you wake Deathworlders. Prepare to strike." As the silent ember left the dead world behind, Kirith sat in silence, watching the stars. He had hoped for saviors, but what he got were weapons in human form. Still, he was alive. And maybe, just maybe, the Valari would feel fear too. "Captain." Yuna looked ahead. "Earth does not forget," she said. "We do not forgive, we respond." And the stars watched, quietly, as the Deathworlders prepared to move. The message reached Earth within hours. The Valari had destroyed a planet. They had killed thousands, maybe millions. And now, the humans knew their name. Commander Dazik stood before the large screen in the command room. Faces from Earth's High Council appeared one by one. Each face was serious. Each voice calm. "We approve the strike," one of them said. "Teach the Valari a lesson," said another. "Make sure they never try this again." Dazik gave a small nod. "We will answer with force." Across space, warships began to move. Earth did not have many ships, but each one was deadly. They had names like Iron Breath, Dawn Piercer, and Black Flame. These ships were not made for travel or trade. They were made for war. Back on the silent ember, Captain Yuna received the update from Dazik. She showed no emotion. "Reinforcements are coming," she said. "We lead the first strike." Haniel looked down. "Is there no other way?" "There never was," Yuna answered. Kirith H sat in a small corner of the ship, listening. He was still weak, still shaking. "You are going to fight them?" he asked. "Yes," Taiyang replied. "You said they attacked your world. Now we attack theirs." "But they are strong," Kirith warned. "They have machines, weapons, and many soldiers." "So do we," Taiyang said simply. Later, Taiyang sat alone in the training room. He stared at the wall, lost in thought. His mind went back to his childhood on Earth. He remembered the dark sky, the broken cities, and the long nights full of fear. Earth had not always been peaceful. War had shaped it. Pain had built it. Every human alive had family stories of hunger, blood, and fire. Taiyang remembered the words of his father. "The stars will not be kind. You must be ready to fight." And he had learned to fight well. The Valari did not expect a response. They were used to fear. When they attacked, most worlds gave up. The weak begged. The strong died. So when a human ship appeared near one of their moon bases, the Valari laughed. It was small. Only the silent ember. No fleet. No warning. Inside the base, Commander Keth, a Valari leader, watched the human ship on the screen. "Is that all they send?" he said, amused. "No life signs detected," his officer replied. "Then shoot it down." But the silent ember did not wait. It moved faster than any Valari ship had ever seen. It fired before the Valari could react. Silent missiles hit the base's shield. Then came shock pulses, disabling their defense grid. A small pod crashed into the moon's surface. From it stepped Taiyang and Yuna. They wore dark suits, quiet and deadly. Inside the base, alarms screamed. Yuna and Taiyang moved like shadows. They used Earth combat styles: quick, brutal, efficient. The Valari soldiers were bigger, but slow. Taiyang didn't hesitate. His blade cut through armor like paper. By the time the Valari knew what was happening, half their base was on fire. "Commander." Keth tried to escape. He made it to the control room, but found Yuna waiting. "You shouldn't have touched Joroth," she said calmly. He growled. "We are Valari. We take what we want." Yuna pulled the trigger. The shot hit between his eyes, simple, clean. From orbit, Haniel watched the battle end. She was still inside the silent ember, keeping systems running. Kirith came beside her. "You really did it," he said. You fought them, Hanyul nodded. This is just the start. But you could have left. Why did you stay? He asked. She looked at him. Because someone cried for help. And even if we don't bring kindness, we do bring justice. A message was sent from the Silent Ember. It was sent to nearby systems. It was not a request. It was a warning. Captain Yuna's voice echoed across space. To those who would harm the weak. We are from Earth. We are Deathworlders. We do not forget. We do not forgive. We do not come in peace. The message was short, but it was enough. Across the stars, governments paused. Ships stopped moving. Planets turned off their beacons. The galaxy now remembered Earth. The reinforcements arrived soon after. The ships from Earth did not land. They floated above Joroth like silent giants. Their lights blinked like angry stars. Commander Dasik joined the crew of the Silent Ember. He stepped aboard and nodded to his team. Well done, he said. Yuna nodded back. They won't forget us. Good, Dasik replied. Make sure the next ones remember too. That night, Hanyul couldn't sleep. She sat near the window, looking at the stars. Kireth came quietly and sat beside her. Do you think they will stop now? He asked. No, Hanyul said softly. Someone else will rise. Someone always does. Then what do we do? We do what Earth always did, she answered. We survive, we fight, and we protect. He looked at her with tired eyes. You're not like the others. I'm still human, she said. That means I know pain. But I also know hope. And far away, in the cold heart of space, a Valari war council gathered. They had heard the message. They had seen the destruction. One of them asked, what do we do about Earth? Another whispered, pray they don't come for us next. But it was too late. After the first strike, the Valari pulled back. But they did not stop. Instead, they sent more ships. They attacked small colonies near human space. They wanted revenge. Commander Dasik watched the reports come in. One colony had been bombed. Another was now missing. No life signs. Just dust and smoke. They're testing us, he said. They want to see how far we will go. Captain Yuna stood beside him. We'll show them. We'll go farther than they ever dreamed. Earth. Command gave full control to Dasik. He had permission to use all force, no limits. Earth had been quiet for too long. Now the Deathworlders were awake. The warships of Earth moved in silence. They did not roar. They did not glow. They came like shadows, fast, quiet, deadly. The Valari tried to fight back. But their ships were made for fear, not for war. They were large but slow, bright but weak. The humans came with new tactics. They used stealth, gravity weapons, and pulse bombs. They didn't attack like others. They didn't wait. They broke systems, caused panic, then finished the job, one by one. Valari outposts fell. Inside the Silent Ember, Hanyul worked day and night. She fixed engines, cleaned weapons, and helped wounded soldiers. But something inside her felt heavy. She watched Kireth, who now wore a clean suit and helped in the medbay. He smiled sometimes. He helped others. He still had hope. Hanyul did not. She had seen too much. Fires, blood, screams. She had seen what humans had become. Taiyang walked into the engine room. He saw her sitting alone. You okay? He asked. She shook her head. I thought we were better than this. He sat beside her. We're not better. We're just alive. She looked at him. Do we always have to be so cold? We don't have a choice, he said. We survived hell. Now we make sure others don't live it. Soon, a final message came from Earth Command. We have found their fortress. The Valari stronghold. Destroy it. The target was large. It was deep inside Valari space, protected by hundreds of ships. Inside were their leaders, their command, network, and thousands of soldiers. Dasik gathered the team. This will be the end, he said. If we win, the Valari will never rise again. Captain Yuna nodded. We go in hard, no time for fear. Taiyang checked his gear. Understood. Hanyul said nothing. Her hands shook slightly. But she joined them. Kirith came forward. Let me help. I know their systems. I can guide you. Yuna looked at him. You sure? I want this to end, he said. Dasik gave him a sharp nod. Then come. The human fleet moved through space like a storm. The Valari fortress was ready. Their guns fired first. Explosions shook the stars. Earth's warships did not stop. They moved straight through fire. Shield barriers dropped. Human soldiers jumped into the dark, flying toward the station in attack pods. The silent Ember led the charge. Yuna, Taiyang, Hanyul, and Kirith landed on the outer deck of the fortress. They fought their way inside. Valari guards rushed them. Taiyang moved fast, striking hard. He didn't slow down. He didn't hold back. One explosion shook the floor. Pipes burst. Smoke filled the air. They reached the power core. It was deep, behind thick walls. Kirith used his knowledge to open the doors, but then alarms screamed. A heavy gate dropped. A group of Valari soldiers came with plasma weapons. We're trapped, Hanyul shouted. Yuna pulled out a grenade. We fight, but Taiyang looked at the power core. No, I'll go. I can reach it. I'll overload it. You won't make it out, Hanyul said. I know, he said, smiling. Tell Earth we win. Before they could stop him, Taiyang ran forward. He jumped over the fire, dodged shots, and reached the core. He pulled out a charge pack and pushed it into the control unit. The room lit up. His last words were, for Earth. Then came the blast. The fortress shook from the inside. Fire burst through its halls. The walls cracked. Ships nearby pulled back as the station exploded into a wave of light. Taiyang was gone. Later, in orbit, Dasik stood on the deck of Iron Breath. He watched the remains of the fortress float into space. They will not forget this, he said. No, Yuna agreed. And they will not return. Back on Joroth, life was slowly coming back. Kirith and a few survivors began rebuilding. Hanyul stayed behind to help. She planted trees. She fixed water lines. She taught the children how to read. Yuna returned to Earth. She was given a medal. She didn't smile. She only said one thing. We did what had to be done. Commander Dasik visited the memorial wall. He touched Taiyang's name. He fought like a true Deathworlder. He said the galaxy was quiet, now got no more attacks. More Valari ships. Some alien races sent messages to Earth. Thank you, they said. But Earth never answered. Instead, the stars heard a simple warning, whispered in old human code. We answered the call. But don't call us again unless you're ready for what follows. Hanyul stood under the blue sky of Joroth. She looked up at the stars. Taiyang, she whispered. You gave us peace. A small girl beside her asked, will the humans ever leave? Hanyul smiled, just a little. No, she said. But that's not a bad thing. Sometimes even monsters protect the light. And far above, Earth watched, ready, waiting, because Deathworlders never forget.